Birthday to you. A birthday to you. A birthday to you. Daddy, I love you. I miss you.
Mothers are known to be heroines. They are angels on earth. They groom and nurture. Even when we think we're old enough, they still see us as their little ones. I guess that's why they always tend to butt in at every given opportunity to protect us. But 22 years old Maeke Musowe seemed to be a different breed entirely. She got rid of her little one just because she saw him as an impediment to her party life. And when I said got rid, I meant killed her little boy. It all happened in Zambia when a 22-year-old mother, known as Maeke Musowe, went to visit her older sister in Lusaka. It was meant to be a fun-filled visit, hence a kid sister is taking her son to meet his aunt. But on getting to Lusaka, Musowe abandoned her little boy with his aunt and took up partying with her boyfriend, Mwila. It was said she left her kid with his aunt every time she partied, automatically making her big sister her son's nanny. Her sister didn't seem bothered by spending more time with her nephew at first, but Musowe's love for partying and clubbing deteriorated. She began staying late at the club without a care about her child, so her big sister decided it was time she was jolted back to reality. She thought in order to achieve that, she will have to send Musowe back to where there will be no babysitter to cater for her little nephew while the mother partied. And that place was Kitwe, where Musowe came from. On the 11th of August, Musowe got some money from her sister. That was her transport fare back to Kitwe. Her sister even gave her extra cash for upkeep. Even though Musowe collected the money, she didn't make any conclusion on when to leave. When Musowe eventually decided to leave, she lodged at a motel, invited her boyfriend over instead of going back to Kitwe. Now she, her child, and her boyfriend stayed in the motel. And it was in that motel that the evil act was conceived and birthed. It was time for the lovers, Musowe and Mwila, to party as usual. Then it dawned on them that the little one wouldn't be able to tag along. Neither would they be able to leave him behind, since there was no babysitter. No one knew what they discussed before coming to the point of ending him. These guys felt the only way to handle this impediment of a child was to take his life. That way, they can party forever without any kind of worries or intrusion. So Musowe took it upon herself to end her own child's life. Someone she was meant to protect with everything she's got. After killing her child, Musowe dolled up for Mwila and they went for the party, leaving her dead baby like nothing happened. When the party was over, Musowe decided to clean up her mess, and the best plan she could come up with was to dump the lifeless boy at his aunt's place on the sofa. She successfully did that and snuck out. Musowe's sister got home and found her nephew, who was supposed to be in Kitwe, sleeping on the couch without his mother. On a closer look, she realized he wasn't responsive, so she rushed him to the hospital. There he was pronounced dead. Everything about her nephew's death was off. He only left a few days ago, only to return unannounced and sleep alone in the house. He wasn't even sick before leaving. Musowe's sister became suspicious and involved the police, and the only suspect on her mind was her baby sister. Musowe was arrested, and after thorough investigation and questioning, she admitted to killing her son. She said her boyfriend cajoled her into doing it. This may sound stupid, but it's probably valid. Some men are that selfish, And I think she succumbed to her own selfishness because she loved Mwila more than she loved her son. Inasmuch as she might have harbored the thought of such atrocity on her own due to the kind of treatment she must have received as a single mother, Mwila indirectly took part in the whole thing still, because he refused to stop her when he could. He had all it took to do that. He had the influence to talk her out of it. He had the strength to whisk her away when she tried suffocating the child to death. But he did none of those, and that automatically makes him an accomplice. She also claimed the motive behind euthanizing her son was because she couldn't provide for him and can't stand seeing him starve. If that was truly the case, then what happened to the extra cash her big sister gave her? It might not last forever, but she could have started a small business and fend for her child if she loved him that much to want to end his suffering. But it's obvious Musowe is lying to avoid justice. Shout out to her sister who didn't let that happen. She and Mwila were arrested, but unfortunately Mwila was later granted bail because there was no evidence linking him to the crime. Musowe attempted taking her own life 2 weeks after being arrested. I guess she couldn't stand the shame of being busted as the killer of her own child, so she felt being dead was preferable. She tried dying by suicide with the aid of a mosquito coil. Zambia online newspaper said, Musowe crushed the mosquito coil and mixed it with water, which she drank, shocking other inmates who then alerted the officers.